Welcome back, viewers. This is still the press, and we're reaching you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. We've now been joined by our guests who will help us analyze on most of the top stories we read out to you earlier. And in the studio, we have Mr. Richard Oriri, who's a political analyst who will help us analyze on most of the top stories. And we also have engineer Toba Owojaiye, who's also a political analyst and policy analyst, who will help us analyze the top stories for this morning. Good morning, gentlemen. You're welcome to the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you wearing the same color?
Yay! Coincidence.
But I know you're probably going to be on opposing sides.
Surely.
Good to have you in the studio this morning.
My pleasure.
So there's been a lot of stories. I mean, this is the front page, but let's just pick a few of the political stories. Let's start with the political scene. Now, there's been a power play in the ADC. We know they are the new coalition. They are the new opposition party. But there's this headline that says, Jonathan courted, Atiku stalls entry as factional wars threaten 2027 bid. Before you speak, let me read this excerpt. Says the African Democratic Congress is deep in high-stakes political maneuvers ahead of 2027 elections, holding behind-the-scene talks with ex-President Goodluck Jonathan over a possible presidential run, even as internal crisis and power tussle threatens to derail its ambition. Now, I'd like to start with you, Mr. Richard. There's a conversation around the fact that they are thinking of bringing in the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, as their presidential candidates, regardless of the fact that they have internal crisis already, which seems to be like they may not be the true coalition that they claim to be. What's your opinion on that? And do you think that a Jonathan would want to run?
Good morning, Nigerians. That topic is so strong, and the angle I will look at it from is that first, I would like to align myself with former governor of Kano State, Shekarau, who said that there's no coalition now that is not party basis that can push the current administration out of power. Any coalition ready to fight the current government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be party based, not individual based. So now the ADC, from what I have seen, they are not ready yet, and the calculation, all their calculation is to see how they will divide the votes coming from the south, and that is the reason they are pushing so hard to see that they have multiple presidential candidates from the south. For Jonathan, I'm not seeing Jonathan contesting the election. For His Excellency, the former governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, he may likely contest the election, but not under the platform of ADC. But they are equally pushing him to become either the candidate of ADC or Labour Party, even PDP, if possible. And from the northern part, we have more than 3 presidential candidates now from the south. Obi is there, Amechi is there. Now they are rooting for Jonathan. All the strategy is centered around splitting the vote coming from the south against President Tinubu. And in the north, Atiku is for now standing alone, but El-Rufai on his own is doing his own underground. El-Rufai wants somebody like Obi to be the presidential candidate while he runs as his vice president. And that is where you see El-Rufai's son coming out boldly to say the only person that can fight Tinubu is Obi. He was speaking for his father. And El-Rufai's calculation is to see that if Obi comes, since Obi has already entered agreement that he will run for 4 years, Obi will hand over to him. So what they are doing within the ADC is a personal arrangement. Nothing they have in mind that has any element of a national interest is selfish and all selfish. So we are not seeing we are not seeing anything clearly from the ADC for now that Nigerians will say this is the party to beat for now presently.
So they're clearly not the coalition or the third party, or how do they call them, the third force that's supposed to come in and push the government out. Now, Engineer Toba, I'd like to get your opinion on that. So do you also see a situation where we would find a Jonathan not running really, even if it's pressured? Because truly, we really cannot vouch for someone who's in politics, right?
Yeah, knowing the person of Jonathan, we know he won't contest because he doesn't like to lose.
But he lost before.
Yes, but he doesn't like to lose. You see, right now, what he's enjoying is the statesmanship, going to many countries to conduct elections, going for peace travels, getting appointments. But he's the only person who is nationally accepted in the North as a peaceful person, not against the North. Is not from a place in which they have a rivalry against the North. There's never been any serious clash between Biafrans and Northerners, and then he's constitutionally binded to do only one term, and they see it as they removed him so they can bring him back. So that card is always there, like he said, either to play a spoiler role, okay, or as an option for a 4-year term. Tinubu will have finished 4 years. There's still a southern pool for another 4 years. There are people trying to fight it. There are people like Atiku who contest every 4 years and don't care whether you want it to go to the north or the south or whatever. They just keep contesting. But generally, people, even if I said it, power should still remain in the south for 4 more years. So you prefer somebody that is constitutionally binded to remain to do just 4 years than somebody promising you that he will do 4 years. And in my opinion, Goodluck has almost the same clout, if not more, than Peter Obi. 80% of Peter Obi followers will vote Goodluck if Goodluck is the choice on the election day. And then 50% of people who won't vote Peter Obi in the North will vote Goodluck. So these are the mathematics there. But Goodluck doesn't want to embarrass.
Is the most nationally accepted candidate.
Yes, but Goodluck from the South. Atiku is the most nationally accepted candidate in Nigeria.
In the North. Okay.
In Nigeria, yes.
Generally.
But Goodluck is the next most acceptable candidate in Nigeria, but the highest from the South. So the issue is he wants the ticket on a platter of gold. He said, see, I don't want to go through this party primaries and drag. Get me, I deserve it. I have been there for years. Get me your presidential ticket on your any of your top 3 parties, and I will run. APC also, like you said, also tried the same game to get 14 or 15 Southerners to want to contest the APC primaries in 2022 ahead of 2023. Umahi, Akpabio,
they say the more the merrier.
Every single person, Ayade, and at the last day, the North brought in the Senate president and announced him as the consensus candidate, and the chairman put off his phone and disappeared. So Tinubu had to galvanize the entire northern votes to be able to win, which is why people have to give the man his onions. He understands politics. He understands the rules of the game. Atiku has resigned from PDP, but he has not even made a statement by himself that he has resigned, because he may backtrack.
But I thought that he already picked up the card for ADC. I thought he already officially joined.
Atiku is presently
in between
a member of ADC.
Exactly.
He has picked the card of ADC. What my brother said, I totally align myself with him. But the only area that I have little disagreement is that Atiku is the most acceptable candidate in the South. If you look at it empirically from the 2023 election, you will see that in the 2023 election, Atiku won in 12 states. These 12 states, the whole of the South, Southeast, Southwest, and South-South. Atiku won 2 states in the South-South. He won in Akwa Ibom. He won in one state in the South-South. He won in Akwa Ibom and he won in Bayelsa. And in the Southwest, he only won in Ogun.
Yes, Ogun State.
Aregbesola. So, out of
I'm surprised that he won in Ogun State. I know he did, right? I'm just surprised.
It's Osun State. Osun State.
Yes.
Not Ogun.
Osun. It's because of Aregbesola. Okay, now, presently as it is, like he said, the person of former President Goodluck Jonathan, I'm not seeing him to be ventilating his interest to run for president in Nigeria immediately now, even in the future. What he's enjoying, that's why I say I align myself with him completely. What he's enjoying now is far bigger. None of these people ventilating interest to run for president in Nigeria has a better, good global image.
Sure.
Like Jonathan has now. And he's enjoying it. And these are the same class of people that ganged up against him. Why calling him now? He will be the worst political strategist to accept their call at this time. So on the side of ADC generally, for me, they are not ready yet. And the coalition is not meant to savage the country. The coalition is meant to savage themselves. It's a personal coalition interest and not a national coalition interest. And for that reason, Nigerians are seeing it from that perspective. And for the fact that Nigerians are seeing it from that perspective, and that is why you see that ADC is not having the general acceptance of Nigerians. If you look at what happened in 2024, 2015, Jonathan Buhari won the election. 2013, 2014.
Yes.
If you see what happened that time, majority of us were sympathizers of PDP, but every one of us worked against the party, including Namadi Sambo couldn't deliver his state. Because the national chairman of PDP then followed his polling unit in the north. The gang up against Jonathan was from within and implemented in the open on the day of the election. That coalition that brought about APC today, Nigerians went into it.
Fully.
The masses of Nigeria went into it because what happened? They wanted change. That change never come. And the same set of people, they are the one now ganging up for another coalition, another alliance, which Nigerians are not taking serious. They are not seeing them to be serious people. And that's why even majority of political analysts that have interacted with, they are saying that for Obi to have even accepted, yes, it's not easy for an individual to win election, it's like presidential election in Nigeria, without coalition. But for Obi to have accepted joining this class of Nigerians,
it makes his intentions
questionable. Yes, joining them in this their camp of like I said, Nigerians have tagged them as people that never want development to come to them. They are all past, like the acting interim national chairman of ADC now, the first Nigerian to be Senate president for 8 years. What can you see from their leadership in the past? Amechi has been governor for 8 years in Bayelsa, in Rivers. Many of them. What can you bring out to say for this and this? It's only Obi that you will see such thing attached to him. So now that they are not projecting the interest of the nation, Nigerians are not interested in what is going on presently in
Please give us a moment. Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from. Oh, Collins, please join the conversation. Good morning.
I
feel so. Would you please speak what
Please
you
speak English so we can understand. The greeting is over.
If you look to exactly what is happening now,
yes.
We normally, the masses, we see that all politicians are the same. despite their manifesto and whatsoever. Now, the project 2027 that is at stake now, let's not just look down on anybody. If ADC could get it right by making either Obi or Jonathan and having Kwankwaso or Tabua or Zulu as they are running with, believe me, they will fumble everything. Look at the condition of Benue State and let me sit here. It is now that little by little some people are going to come. And the worst of it now, we that are farmers, all our food stuff has come down. Chemical has not come down. Fuel has not come down. And other material resources have not come down. And I look to it again. The government of the day might have the age. It happens that the approval of the state is done and this state has been created. I give them 100% they have the votes for so many people from so many states.
All right.
If not, we are having a great battle that nobody, even any man can predict except God in heaven.
All right.
So let's just be careful and be watching what exactly is going to happen in 2027.
All right.
There
Thank
will
you
be
very
a
much.
drastic change if ADC got themselves right. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Engineer Toba, I'd like you to take the points from where Mr. Richard touched on. He talked about this coalition as people who they're not after the country's interest. The caller also said something around the fact that all politicians are the same. Is that how you see this coalition?
Yeah, you see,
Sorry, I also want you to take into consideration each person, looking at, for example, what Anamechi said, that in 1 month, if he becomes president, he's going to take away corruption in 1 month. Looking at the fact that he was also part of an administration that has been termed to be so corrupt in the past. So let's get your thoughts.
he was governor of Rivers State. He was Speaker of House. He could have fought corruption at that stage. He was head of, he was Minister of Transportation. You see, that's why Wike had the effrontery to mock them and say, somebody who has been Speaker, who has been Governor, who has Minister, was DG of Buhari's campaign, is coming to tell us that he's hungry. Hungry for what? You see, and you see, I keep saying it, all this drama is because the masses are gullible. There's nothing else. They have banked on our, in quote, stupidity. They just believe that we don't understand the game they are doing. Let me try to use an example.
Or maybe we forget too quickly.
Yeah, let me try to use what is done in movies. You see, when a movie starts, they show you the actor running around with his kids. At the first 5 minutes, they show him in bed with his wife. They are discussing, they are laughing. Why are they doing all of that? They're trying to build an emotion to make you emotionally invested in the characters, right? So that later in the film, when you bring the character to a point of danger, because you are now emotionally vested in them, you feel the danger also. If not, you won't feel anything if they pass on. So that's the same thing with politics and wrestling. Today this is the good guy. The next day, next two weeks, Roman Reigns is the bad guy. The next 2 years, Roman Reigns is now the good guy. This is the same thing politicians are doing. They know that if they stay in one old party for too long, you get used to their face there. So they jump on a new narrative of the masses. That's why they always talk of hunger and corruption and the economy. Because they know these are the things the masses care about and masses can do nothing about. So they take this story on and on and on. Tinubu has not performed. When you look at what they did when they had the chance, you cannot see any difference. People are trying to single out Obi from the mix. My brother, I cannot and I will not. Obi is just another soup ordered from the same restaurant called politics, made by the same chef. Because that is why he has found himself back with them. People say he did wonders in Anambra. I'm sorry, out of the 100 people I know, I've not seen 2 that relocated to Anambra from whatever state they were in their life. It was not completely wonderful. However, he has some good innate abilities, like being frugal.
Apologies to President in minutes. Just as we this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yeah.
You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you. My name is Jide and I'm calling from Abuja.
All right, Mr. Jide, please go ahead and join the conversation.
Yeah, my own take is just this. I can just say you have a coalition to do what? What's the agenda? Now, the only agenda that is brought to the table for Nigerians now is that they just want to unseat Tinubu. That's just the agenda. Is not to better the lives of Nigerians or to make Nigeria itself go forward. I mean, like can you say you're coming together from the caliber of people coming together like that? But you should look another way. It's either, okay, we too want to come out, we want to come and try our own efforts to better the country. Your agenda shouldn't be to come and unseat someone. No. Whatever you have for Nigerians, put it on the table. Let us see it. And your focus shouldn't be to remove someone. Aregbesola is my kinsman. But you did a lot where you are. But you only grounds, you have a grounds to grind with the president simply because he supported his relative, Boyega, you know. So you have something to grind with him there. You are not happy with him in that area. Rufa is there because they've removed the sand out of the port. And so many of them. We have seen their antecedents, we know what they are there for. But they should talk of something better than just coming to unseat the president. No, this one is there, he's doing his own. Let him finish his own. Let us see it. Let Nigerians see what he's doing. Let him get to the finishing line first. Before you now come up with your own. No. The agenda shouldn't be to come and unseat him. No, that it is wrong. That is just my own take. Sorry. Well done.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jide from Abuja. I appreciate your contribution. I'll let you land on your thoughts quickly.
So let me conclude. So what I'm saying is that Obi is more frugal by nature. We know that about him. That if Obi is in a convoy, Obi only buys fuel in the convoy when he's in the convoy. You can't be driving around and telling Obi you bought fuel. He has to be there when you buy the fuel. So we know that about him. Those are good parts of but the fact that you call this set of people criminal elements with criminal tendencies before, finding out, I saw the video where he was in that meeting with them. He was in just him and Amechi with a sea of northern hearts round the whole place. You are just the decoy for a grand scheme. Every time there has been a coalition in Nigeria, it has been to unseat a southern president.
All right.
Take that to mind as you.
I keep that in mind, really. Mr. Richard.
Yes, the area I align myself completely with him is the area of Nigerians. We voters in Nigeria being gullible, and that is true. And these elites now, they have seen us finish. You understand? So I call them populists. Their agenda is to cause division between the masses and the establishment, and they have this loophole that they use, which he narrated, he analyzed. That is economy, food scarcity, and all of these things. That is the area they are capitalizing on. And if you look at it from what he said, if you look at it very well, you will see there's this theory called frustration aggression theory. Now Nigerians, the elites, they have seen that Nigerians, the voters, they are frustrated, and this frustration aggression theory, once the frustration becomes too much, you become psychologically tense. You have psychological tension, and this psychological tension, if it becomes too accumulated, you have no other means of keeping it than to push it out. When you are venting this tension out, if you cannot have upper hand to the person who caused you this tension, the next thing you do, you go to the soft target. Now they are all coming out now, not that they are good. But if they are giving the ticket under any platform, Nigerians who most Nigerians now who are aggrieved with the current administration because of food scarcity and all of this and this poverty and all of those things, they will see them as alternative because they are already angry about against the establishment.
Of course.
That is the only way, if the only thing they are looking at. But to say they are the best people, they are good, none is good. Like the last caller said, and him too, if you look at Nigerian politics, even from the First Republic, you will see it's all about ethnic affiliation.
Yes,
and from that time till now, it's still rolling the same angle. You remember in 1962, 1963, thereabout, Awolowo was sentenced to jail for 10 years.
Yes.
Enahoro was sentenced to jail for how many years? 15 years by the North. Because of this crisis in the West.
You seem to be aligning. You seem to be aligning yourself with the fact that every time there's been a
behavior, Akintola's behavior at that time is the type of behavior that Aregbesola is exhibiting now. You understand? Treachery is the type of behavior that Aregbesola is exhibiting now. Forming alliance with the northern elite against the southern elite and political ideology. You understand? So from that time till now, you will see ethnic maneuvering and ethnic. Even if you look at the 2023 election, the 2023 election was purely based on ethnic and religious angle. Atiku won in almost mostly all the states controlled and managed by the Fulanis, and then few other states managed by PDP governors. You understand? He won in Akwa Ibom because PDP was the governor there. PDP member was a governor in Akwa Ibom. He won it in the Bayelsa because of that PDP party influence. He won in Osun because of Aregbesola and some other person's influence, not because of ethnic or religious basis. He won in 12 states. And if you look at it critically, ethnicity, ethnic influence and party influence. If you look at Obi, the states where Obi won in 11 states.
12.
11 states plus FCT.
Yes.
Making it 12.
Yeah.
You understand? In almost Obi won in FCT because FCT is dominated by Christians.
Yes.
He won in Lagos. Lagos is dominated by Christians. He won in Nasarawa from Maraba to down to Akwanga, dominated by Christians. Where you see Muslims more is Lafia. You get it? Obi won majorly. Then ethnicity set in again. When you go to the south, the south.
Please give us a minute.
Hello, good morning.
That's okay, yeah, Hamza. Hello, good morning.
Continue in this line.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Hello,
Hamza.
good morning.
You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name, where you're calling from.
This is Sandra the Mo calling from Minna.
Sure. Please go ahead and join the conversation.
How are you?
Great, thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Please let me appreciate your guest over there.
Thank you. You're being appreciated.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, he felt a good think tank, particularly this topic.
Thank you.
But nevertheless, please, may we provide any platform for Nigerians in the midst of what they are going through now. Demographically, Nigerians are truly frustrated. And certainly they need a platform to see how they can help themselves. We cannot force a military to intervene, never.
They are lovers of democracy, and personally, I see this coalition as a vehicle, as an instrument that is the only option for Nigeria to fight their frustration.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your contribution, Mr. Richard. I'll let you land on your thoughts.
Okay, now that is for Obi.
Yes.
For Atiku, for Tinubu. For Tinubu won in almost all the states controlled and managed by the Yorubas.
And the
Then
ADC.
the influence in the north, state controlled, managed and controlled by the Hausas, no Fulani, and the other minority ethnic groups. And then he went behind to form alliance with the majority minority ethnic groups in Nigeria. The SGF today is from a major minority ethnic group in Nigeria, the Tiv Nation.
Yes.
The same thing with FCT minister. He delivered Rivers. He is from another majority ethnic minority in Nigeria too. The vice president is from another majority ethnic minority in the north.
Yes.
Kanuri. You understand? That was what made Tinubu to outsmart them. Then we're looking at only religion and ethnic in their campaign. But Tinubu was looking at the over-suppressed, the over-oppressed minority ethnic groups who have no voice again, and they were over-pushed to the wall. And he brought them together, and they gave him the vote. That was what made him to win. But as it is now, going to 2027, anyone that is thinking along that line of ethnic influence or religious influence, Nigerians, they are more sophisticated in awareness now than 2023. You know, in 1999,
Why am I smiling?
the political awareness was the political awareness wasn't like this. In 2020,
Mr. Richard,
2003.
I beg to differ, even though I'm going to bring Engineer Toba into this, because I do not believe that we're in that place where somebody would say, when it comes to religion, we're now much more enlightened, not to get carried away.
Against the elite. We know that religion, there's no how you can separate religion and ethnicity from Nigerian politics. That's why I have to take it from the first republic.
I love the analysis you made from there, giving us a view back to history.
Down to even 1999 till now. Like what made the military to struck in 1966 was because of ethnic and the elite. They were not cooperating. The military have to set it. All the military interventions in Nigerian politics were as a result of ethnic influence and not cooperation, non-cooperation of the political elite. And from 1999 till now, all their behavior from 1999 till now, no one you can see that is different from what happened in those days. Not that they are sent that made military not to have struck. What is making the military to remain where they are is because the majority of them have been carried along. And from 1999, you see that it was Obasanjo, an ex-military man, that was the president, a civilian, military in civilian uniform. And the day you see Buhari came in. So the blending between civilians and the military, they are carrying them along. And if you see what is happening presently, you see that the military, they are not totally pushed out. And that is why they are at the back, watching and still keeping democracy to be going on in Nigeria.
Right.
The elite in Nigeria, they have sincerely disappointed us.
Okay.
They have sincerely disappointed us.
Engineer Toba, I know you smiled earlier when Mr. Richard talked about, ethnicity and religion, that he might not cut it this time. It's been, in fact, this October, Nigeria is going to be 65 years of being independent. And this year made it 20, if I'm not mistaken, about 26 years of active democracy.
Yes.
Do you see any situation where in the next 2 years, which is 2027, there will truly, religion and ethnicity truly would not count in our politics,
he has
like he suggested?
Explain the context which he's speaking.
Yes.
That we are getting wiser, the younger people are getting wiser. If you listen to the other man's call, his call was all about what is the other option. He's not saying the ADC coalition is that are the saviors. He's saying what are the other options. And what we are asking the president to do is open the INEC registration. 154 parties are coming in. Let us see, if we had a well-aware masses, we should be talking about a Mekarfi or a Shakarau as a northern presidential candidate.
Yes.
By merit, by what they did in their time, by people-driven policies. Mekarfi gave equal appointments to Christians and Muslims. Muslims tagged him Pastor John because he was fair to both. And he says, this is not a religious matter. I am your governor. Those are the kind of people Nigeria should have pushed to the fore. He was 42 years when he became governor. He had SS, but he did wonderfully well. It is till the people get wise and begin to see above noise and above clout and carrying 100 people and saying you will fight corruption in one month, or you will work for 1 term, or you. These are all the dramas that politicians keep putting in our face so that we don't see the real candidates. Once the real candidates see that we see them, they will come out. But the drama is still too far, too large
from reality.
As it is, there was a time that El-Rufai was making a lot of noise, and people are saying the president should arrest him. I said, President, don't arrest him. I said it on this show. If you arrest him, protest will start. If protest starts, you release him, he becomes a bigger lord in the north. These people are not daft. I want you to understand, politicians are not daft. They know exactly what they are doing. They have read the people well. I was coming on the road. If you see the way people are arguing at newspaper stand in this country, so they understand that we are a divided people, and they will keep pushing that division. But Tinubu is playing his game well. He's drawing in all the southern governors into APC. It looks like nothing, but they will at least deliver him 30% or 40% votes. Edo State, he will get 60%. Take that from me. Then in the north, the governors are planning to betray him, so he's aligning a constitution, a new bill that makes all the election on the same day. So if your election is on this, you're an APC governor in the north, and you want to betray him, and your election is on the same day with him, you're going to risk. Ask yourself, why I'm risking to lose for another person? And Atiku's mantra of contesting every 4 years has blocked many other northern candidates who could have come out. And they are not saying it because they don't want to look like they're betraying the north. But they're saying, hello, sir, for the last 16 years, why is it only you that we must always follow? So that is at the background. If Atiku takes a rest, either Obi or Goodluck comes up, and anybody from the north, I will have said a Tambuwal is more diplomatic, but he was a complete failure as a governor, in my opinion. So I would say a Kwankwaso or a Zulu. Those are the options that can back either a Goodluck or an Obi, and they will move Tinubu. But if we still see an Atiku, Tinubu has gone in. There will be that division of the north. Last minute, the north will now say, okay, let's just allow this guy for 4 years. Our own four years will come. Remember that Tinubu backed Buhari after Buhari tried 3 times without succeeding. Tinubu gave him the votes in the APC primaries against Kwankwaso, against Rochas and Atiku. It was Tinubu that backed him and helped him to also pull the southwest votes to join with their northern votes for him to come in. So I don't truly see this set of people beating Tinubu, except they open up to new political people who have some honesty and a new breed. So Tinubu and INEC, please open the portal so that 155 parties can register. Thank you very much.
You know, it seems like we always have very limited options when it comes to politics in Nigeria. You heard what that caller said, the one from Benue State. He said, okay, the one from Mina. He said Nigerians are frustrated. They don't even have options. What do you think can be done in this situation?
The option there is I will push the blame to INEC. and National Orientation Agency.
Okay.
Since after the election in 2023, Nigerians have not seen proper awareness, political awareness coming from INEC, educating the masses.
You know, sometimes Yaga Africa was doing something like that, educating people around elections, how to vote, why to vote.
Taking it to the rural communities, because majority of Nigerians, they dwell in the rural area. And that is where the bulk of the vote is coming from. And they are not aware at all. And that is why once you keep them blind till election time, the politicians will have upper hand by going with their cash to buy the vote from them, because they need it. And they don't know the difference between buying vote and then suffering for 4 years until you get them educated. So INEC, they are not doing their work of political, giving awareness to Nigerian voters. And National Orientation Agency, that should be serving Nigerians from that perspective. They are not equally doing their own bit. And whether they are afraid of the government that appointed them, or they don't have the political will to serve the country the way they should, it's a problem. My brother saying that they should open portal for more political parties to be registered. That one will cause more danger to Nigerian democracy. Yes, this is we are practicing democracy. Everyone have the right to freely associate with any union you want to belong to. Okay, for as it is now, the best thing to do, just like he said, the space should be open for better Nigerians, good nationalists, to spring up and ventilate their interests. Like in the north now, Atiku has been blocking their chances for so long. Even if Atiku should be given the ticket now, many northerners will not support Atiku because he's coming to block their chance. And they are seeing Tinubu as someone that if he's going, he will hand over to the north. And they have the interest of Tinubu handing over to them. Majority of such people will definitely work for Tinubu in the north.
Right.
So Nigerians should see nation first, the national interest above selfish interest. Currently, what the elite are doing, they are just, I can call it oligarchy. It's not democracy.
Toba, you're rounding up thoughts.
151 parties have started process with INEC. INEC should open the portal for them to have a chance. Let people be able to look for options. See, it's hard to take a party. Even if people as big as El-Rufai and others try to seize SDP and they could not, look at the war that big names are trying to do to seize ADC and they are still in court, then how can you imagine that someone on the street will get any chance in an old party? So they should allow them to have new chances. Tinubu should keep working. For me, I don't want to be dragged into politics. We have 2 years more of deliverance of good governance. Let the governors work, let Tinubu work, let everybody work.
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to have you in the studio. Thank you so much, Engineer Toba Owojaiye, Mr. Richard Oriri. Thank you so much for your time today.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, viewers, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. We sincerely apologize we couldn't take all those calls, but let's continue the conversation tomorrow. I am Olamide Al-Hassan, and that's bye for now.